Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Sorrell, plant spirit medicine woman, and I am a herbalist, a cacaoista, a shamanic healer, and teacher. And today I am going to guide you on a journey. And if you are up for it, then this can be a cacao ceremony for you as well. So, for those of you who are joining me as a cacao ceremony, hopefully you've got your cacao already prepared. We're going to have a little bit of intention setting before we begin to drink our cacao. If for any of you who want to get some cacao ready and you haven't already prepared it, then please pause this video and prepare yourself a delicious cup of cacao and come back. So let's think about our intentions for the day. I wish to give a series of ceremonies which connect us with the elements of earth, air, fire, water, and ether. And today we begin with the earth element. And perhaps you would like to join me throughout that series to discover how each of those elements weave into your energy body and into your reality so that you can be more balanced within each of those elements. So let's begin first. I'll talk a lot more about this subject when you're actually drinking your cacao, but let's begin to set the scene for the ceremony. I am going to light my candles and then we're going to cleanse our energy body and then we'll call in the directions. And at that point, we'll be ready to drink our cacao. So if we light our candles, I have got 4 different color candles to represent the elements of earth, air, fire, and water. Earth is represented by the color black, and the air white, fire yellow, and water is the red color of the south direction. We work with the Mayan system. There are different medicine wheels depending on which part of the world you come from or work with the medicine wheel of, and I choose to work with the Mayan medicine wheels for my cacao ceremonies because cacao originates from those Mayan lands. So it just kind of makes sense to me that that's what I would do to honor that particular way of healing and seeing reality. So I'm going to help you now to cleanse your energy body, and I'm going to show you how to cleanse the energy body using your hands rather than smoke and a feather. Or that there are many different ways we can cleanse our energy body. So this is a Peruvian technique that I'm going to show you now. Now, in the Peruvian system, we have 3 main layers of energy. We have an outer layer, which is called the Pokpo, and this is like a protective shield around us that picks up superficial energy and kind of protects us from anything which is being projected onto us. And so we're going to cleanse that layer first. The next layer is from the outside of that bubble to the skin layer, and that's the emotional layer. So sometimes something will get into that emotional layer and activate us, activate certain emotions within us. The next layer is the physical layer. So sometimes things get really deep and they actually start to affect the body and create dis-ease within the physical system as well. So let's cleanse each of those layers now together so that we're in the best energetic alignment to manifest the best experience possible for our cacao ceremony. Whatever we are projecting out into reality, we will also be receiving back as a reflection and representing what's going on within us. So if we cleanse ourselves, then we're likely to have a better experience. So let's do that together now. So I'm going to hold my hands in front of my heart and I'm going to cup them a little bit so there's a space in the middle. And we're going to imagine that our heart as a chakra is opening up and pouring love and light into this space between our hands. I like to imagine it like a pink or a green color. And then we gather that energy, we scoop it up, and we open up to the universe. And we invite the universe to shower us with love and light. And we're going to bring that love and light all the way over the outside of our bubble. We're washing it clean. And then we take it all the way down to the ground, down to Mother Earth, and we gift it to the earth beneath our feet. And the purpose of this is that Mother Earth will take it off us and compost it, turn it into something good again. In the same way she'll take our banana skins and turn it into nourishing soil. then we're doing the same with these heavy energies, which we want to shift out of our energy body so that we can be more light. Now we're going to do the next layer, the emotional layer. So take your hands to your heart and pour that love and light into those hands and gather it and scoop it up over the head, opening up to the universe. We allow the universe or invite the universe to shower us with love and light. Now let's call that in through the energy field, all the way through that emotional layer, cleansing through the bubble, all the way down to the ground. And then again, we give it to the ground. If you can't reach the ground for any reason, if your back's too stiff, then you can just shake your hands and stamp your feet a little bit, intentionally gifting that energy to the earth. And we thank Mother Earth for taking it off us. Any heavy energies which don't want to stay in our energy field for any reason. And then we come back to the heart and we gather the love and light that pours from our heart into our hands, and we scoop it up, carrying it over our heads, opening up to the universe, invite the universe to shower us with love and light. And let's bring that all the way through the physical energy field now, all the way down. We are all vibrating beings. And as we change that vibration, then we can shift into a different way of feeling, a different way of experiencing reality. So thanking Mother Earth, shaking it off, stamping your feet a little bit to release that last little bit of heavy energy. So now we are in a better state of vibrational being. Now we're going to call in the directions, and if you've got your cup of cacao, or if you don't, then that's fine. You can call in the directions, maybe you want a cup of tea, or maybe you just want to connect in with the energies as I connect with them too. So I always like to begin in the east. This is slightly different to the Mayan tradition. The Mayans usually begin in the south direction. But for me, because the sun rises in the east, it just feels more authentic to my way of perceiving reality to begin in the east. So I'm going to begin in the east, and we'll weave around in a circle, inviting all the elements to join us today before we go on our journey with our cacao to meet the spirit of the earth element. So this is slightly different. I'll run through this in a minute, to connecting with Mother Earth herself, which is the being, the planet being that we would connect with. So when we're working with the earth element, we're working with the mineral kingdom and the earth that's physically beneath our feet. Okay, so let's call in the directions, beginning with the east. I'm going to face the east direction. So if you know which direction is east, you can connect up with your direction. But don't worry if you don't. The directions know where they are. So just connect in whatever way works for you. And as I face the east, I hold my cacao and I offer my cacao to the east. And we call in the spirit of fire, the dawn, the new day. We call in our spirit guide, the eagle, who helps us to fly high and see far, and to gather our prayers, taking them all the way up into the space, into ether, and helping us to manifest our dreams into reality. Beloved spirits, we welcome you. Oh. And now I turn to face the next direction, which is the south. And we call in our beloved spirits of the south. We welcome you. We welcome the water and the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the sun. And we call our passion to do this work, to rise within us so that we can be focused on our journey today. And we call on the spirit of Mama Snake, who teaches us how to connect to the earth, heartbeat to heartbeat, and also to shed the old ways that no longer serve us so that we can evolve and transform and become the best versions of ourselves. Beloved spirits, we welcome you. And now I turn to the spirits of the west. Now this in the Mayan system is where the earth element resides. So we're calling in specifically now the spirits of the west, the earth element. We welcome you today. We're coming today on a very special journey to connect with you today. And so we welcome you especially and offer you this cacao. And we call upon the spirit of Jaguar, who teaches us to be brave warriors, to face our shadow, and to weave ourselves back towards the light. Beloved spirits, we welcome you. And we turn towards the spirits of the north. Spirits of the north, we welcome you. We welcome the night and the bright moon shining. We welcome the air and clarity of thought. And we welcome our ancestors, those who have passed before us and those who are yet to be born. We welcome you. And we welcome in the spirit of hummingbird, who teaches us to trust the path, to trust the journey, just taking it one step at a time, and to only allow ourselves to receive the sweetest nectar, to receive the best in life. Oh. And now we can connect in with Mother Earth beneath our feet. Now you might want to touch down to touch the earth, but if you feel connected enough through your feet as I do today, then that's fine as well. Beloved Mother, we welcome you. We welcome the earth energy. We welcome all of our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people. We welcome the animals of the air, the water, the land. We welcome the creepy crawly ones, the slithery slimy ones. We welcome the mushrooms. We welcome the bacteria, the viruses, and all of the beings that make up this amazing ecosystem that supports our life. We offer our apology for the destruction that we've been causing over the past few hundred years, and we also wish to invite you to be our teacher, to learn a new way, to learn how to live in harmony once again with you and all our earth relations. Beloved earth relations and Mother Earth, we welcome you. And we call upon Father Sky, thanking Father Sky for the breath of life, the winds of change, the blue skies and the grey. And we invite you to our ceremony today to watch over us and guide us. And we call upon Grandmother Moon and Grandfather Sun and the star nations and all of our cosmic relations. We welcome you as we offer you our cacao. And the last direction, the seventh direction, is our connection to creation, the energy that flows within us and within all of reality. We call upon the creation energy. We call upon Great Spirit. You have 1,000 names, you are still the unnameable one. We call upon you to help us to connect in with the earth energy today, the earth element today, so that we can become more balanced in our own selves and also help to balance the outer landscape, the outer reality, and the elements that reside in all of reality. Beloved ones, we welcome you all. And if there's anyone else you would like to welcome to your ceremony today, perhaps you have a particular intention today, so you would like to invite in, maybe you want to invite in the fairies from the garden or a particular plant spirit you might be working with if you're not working with cacao, then you might just want to spend a moment doing that now, or a particular power animal or spirit guide that you feel very connected to, then just calling on them. And now we want to set our intention with your cacao cup, holding it to your heart, just calling in our intention to connect in with the earth element today. And it is also 100% fine for you to have your own intention for this ceremony. So if you're using this ceremony for some other reason other than connecting to earth, then that's really okay. Just calling upon your intentions, and then when you're ready, you can start to drink your cacao. Now, I've already drunk my cacao so that I can be in the right frame of mind and also have the ability to speak rather than be supping on a cup of cacao while we do our work together. And while we're drinking, I just want to talk you through a little bit about the earth element and what it means to us. So there are different systems, and one of the systems that I connect in with is the Chinese medicine or the Oriental medicine system that's been around for a couple of thousand years. And the earth element within that system represents our digestion. So it represents our stomach, our spleen, our liver energy, and how they flow together. So if you are out of balance within your own earth element, because we are made of earth, air, fire, and water, and also when we talk about the elements, it's to tune into our place in reality and remember the importance of each of those elements within us and within our reality, because without one of those elements, if we didn't have earth, we wouldn't exist. If we didn't have water, we didn't exist. If we didn't have air, we wouldn't have breath to breathe. If we didn't have fire, we wouldn't have the sun to create this amazing experience of life on earth. So we need all of these four elements, and we need the ether. The ether is the representation of the space in between all of these elements. So we need all of these five elements for this experience of being alive and being here consciously. So, honoring those elements, but particularly thinking about our earth element today, we're thinking about our digestion. How is our digestive system working? Is your digestion solid? Are you treating your digestion well? Are you feeding yourself good quality food? Are you eating organic food? Are you eating organic or drinking clean water to nurture and nourish your whole body? So there may be places that are out of balance within your own experience of reality. Maybe you have an addiction to junk food and you're not necessarily treating your energy body so well. Maybe you're have an addiction to a particular type of food like ice cream, which is very, very bad for the earth element. As you bring cold into the earth element, into the stomach, it helps the stomach to stop working properly as it literally freezes you from the inside out. So tuning into that earth element in that way. On a mental level, the earth element represents how we process ideas. Are we able to bring the ideas which come through as the air and then bring them into reality and ground them into being? Many of us are very, very thoughtful beings. We're very good at tuning into our left brain consciousness, our way of thinking, but we're unable to necessarily ground all those ideas and manifest them into reality. So when you're strong in your earth element, you're good at manifestation. When we think of earth in a spiritual sense, it's our connection to that element, and the earth element helps us to feel grounded, helps us to feel that we are connected to all of nature. So, with all these different ideas that come from the traditional medicine system from the Orient about 2,000 years ago, these systems also weave into the Ayurvedic system, which is about 5,000 years old, and the Mayan system, which I believe is around 4,000 years old. But there's problems with the research there that I've looked at. There's differing descriptions of where that system originates and how it's evolved. But they're very, very old. They're all thousands of years old. And for me, it's very interesting that they all weave together in such a obvious way. They all have agreements as to what these different elements mean when we translate them and overlap them. So today, the journey that we're going on, once you've drunk your cacao, I'm going to be inviting you to lie down, and then I'm going to begin to play gong for you. And the gongs today, the way we've set them up, I have earth gong. This one behind me, this really big one, is the earth gong. And she's going to help us to connect into the earth and open our heart chakra. And also, she's going to help us to ground any heavy energies which we need to let go of. Now, anything which doesn't feel comfortable to you, any anxiety, any fear, any struggle, any pain, any anger, if it doesn't feel comfortable, then it's a good thing to let go of and ground. Doesn't belong to you anymore, doesn't serve you anymore if it doesn't feel good. So I'll be inviting you to ground any heavy energies at the start. And then I'm going to be inviting you to join me on a vision journey. So when I ask you to see things, I want you to sense them in whatever way works for you. So some people are very visual, but other people are more kinesthetic. They'll have more of a sensory idea of what's going on. So I'll guide you through using all the senses on this journey. And I'm going to invite you to expand your consciousness and then take your consciousness on a journey into the lower realms. So in the shamanic tradition, there are 3 layers of reality. The middle realm is where we live on a day-to-day basis. The upper realm is where we connect to our higher selves and the higher consciousness, the angels, and the higher consciousness beings that tend to come forward in a more physical way that looks very human. And then in the lower realm is where we tend to meet the power animals, the elementals, the tree beings, the beings which might be different to the beings of the upper realm. They are more grounded beings. So we go into the lower realm and we're going to connect up with all of the 5 elements today, but we're going to invite the earth element to take us on a journey within that journey. So we're going to travel into the lower realm. And I'm going to guide you on a process to do that today, to go into the lower realm as if we're walking down a staircase into the lower world and then out into a magical landscape. Now, the earth element is going to take us on a journey. And within that journey, I am going to give you space to explore so that your imagination can unfold and gift you any experiences that you need today. And then at the end of this process, then I'll bring you home to your body. I'll call you back. Sometimes the gongs they help you to go to sleep. The cacao might also help you to go to sleep. So don't worry if you move too fast or perceivably too fast for you into the sleep world. Just trust that this is what you need to be grounded. The earth energy is quite a restful, peaceful, grounded, centered energy. And it's also about how we nurture and mother ourselves, how we take care of ourselves. So if you have been burning the candle at both ends and not resting enough, it might be that today's journey you have a nice rest and you have a bit of a sleep. If you stay fully conscious through the whole process, fantastic. You might get some wonderful visualizations or some knowing, some experiences that come through for you in a different way. So we'll explore that experience, and then I'll call you back to your bodies. And then at the end of that session, we'll close the directions again. And then if you are joining this ceremony as part of the live experience, then you'll be able to join me for a Zoom call afterwards to integrate. But for anybody that has any experiences that they need support with or would just like to share, I absolutely adore hearing from you. So please leave a comment under this video, or you can get in touch. You can email me, you can send me a message through Instagram or Facebook, however you like to communicate, and we can connect in that way. Okay, so I feel like we have talked enough now, and you must be ready. So if you are ready to begin, then make yourself comfortable. I want you to find a space which is really supportive. You might prefer, if you tend to drift off to sleep, you might prefer to sit up, supported by cushions, so you can really relax the body. Or you might want to lie down, darken the room, get yourself in a restful position. And now I'm going to begin to weave some sounds with the gongs, starting with Mother Earth, and then moving through the different gongs as we guide you on this visualization process. So just start as you're lying down, to give your body complete permission to rest, to relax. Scanning the body from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. And begin also taking some long, deep breaths. Really gentle, long, deep breaths. Each time you breathe out, you can relax a little bit deeper. So let's begin by relaxing the forehead, relaxing the eyes, relaxing the cheeks and the jaw, relaxing the neck and the shoulders, relaxing the arms all the way down through the forearms and into the hands and the fingers. Relaxing through the spine all the way down the back and the muscles either side of the spine. Relaxing the chest, the muscles of the chest, so that your breathing becomes softer and easier and more relaxed every time you breathe out. Relaxing into the abdomen. The digestive system relaxes. Mama Cacao begins to move through your whole body as well, from the digestive system into the blood, into the lymphatic system, helping you to deepen your relaxation. Mama Cacao begins to fill you up with hormones such as serotonin and dopamine and oxytocin, which help you to feel relaxed and connected to nature. And this will evolve through the practice today, this feeling of connection and relaxation. This is just a beginning. Relaxing down through the pelvis, into the legs, into the feet and into the toes now. And now the body is a little bit more relaxed. Let's help our mind to relax too. Let's imagine that our mind is completely empty, like a void in space, except for a tiny light. And that light is right in the center of that space. And And that tiny light is like a star far away in the distance. And it begins to get bigger and brighter and bigger and brighter. And it's filling up the whole of that space in your mind. And it starts to expand down through the physical body now, into the neck, into the shoulders, into the arms, down through the chest and the back and the abdomen, into the legs, into the feet and the toes. So now you're glowing. And I want you now also to invite the chakras that exist on your hands, the palms of your hands and the soles of your feet, to open up. Maybe imagine they're like windows or doorways, just opening in the hands and the feet. And they're beginning to release any old energy which no longer serves you. I like to imagine it's leaving me like a sticky black sludge, and it's going into the earth beneath our feet. Mother Earth's composting it, and as we do that, we're making space for more of this wonderful light to come in, to fill us up. The love and the light of the universe coming in through that white light, through the porthole that exists in the center of our mind, called our third eye. And now let's expand it even more. Let's expand it to fill up the whole of our bubble. And now let's expand it out to fill up the whole of the room that you're in. And now let's expand it out even further into the landscape around you. I'd like you to take it around you about a mile now, so you might be able to feel many, many things within your space that you've expanded out into. Perhaps you can feel an urban environment, lots of houses and roads and people and dogs and cats, trees in the gardens, or maybe you live in a more countryside landscape and you can feel into the fields. Maybe you live by a beach and you can feel the waves crashing against the shore. Feeling into the earth beneath you. Feeling into the air around you and above you. Perhaps you can also feel the water flowing in underground streams beneath you, or if there's a river or an ocean next to you. And perhaps you can feel into the fire that exists. Perhaps you have candles burning in the room that you're in, or the fires that are burning in the houses, or even just the boilers, the gas fires that are burning in the houses to keep the houses warm. And the space, the ether in between. Feeling into all the elements. Now let's bring our focus backwards. Let's bring it back to the room that we're in. Let's draw it backwards to being the energy body around us, the bubble. Now let's bring that white light back to being just inside the body. So we're like glowing beings now, gods and goddesses. Now let's draw that energy all the way back, up into the mind's eye until it becomes that tiny spot of pure white light in the center of the mind again. Now that little white light is going to go on a journey for us. It represents our third eye consciousness. So I want you to imagine that it's coming out now of your mind through your crown chakra, leaving through the portal on the top of your head. And it's journeying out into the sky, maybe leaving through a door or a window. And as it leaves the house or the space that you're in, a golden mist comes and scoops you you up and carries you through the sky towards a magical forest. Now, in that magical forest, we will find a tree that will help us to move between the worlds. So I want you to feel yourself flying towards the magical forest now, across the landscapes, the fields, across the farms, across the urban environments. Maybe you're traveling across rivers and mountains, oceans and deserts. And you begin to see the outline of a magical green forest and the canopy of trees. And you begin to come into land in that magical forest. Now, in the middle of this magical forest, as you come into land, you land in a glade, an area where you can see the trees around you. And one of the trees is especially big. It's a magnificent giant tree, the biggest tree you've ever seen. And in this tree, you notice a door. And you walk up to this doorway, just noticing the color of the door now. And you notice that this door has a lock. And you reach into your pocket and you find a key. And you pull out this golden key. Now the golden mist subsides so that you can see really clearly into this space around you. And you put that key into the lock now, and it opens the doorway, and you walk inside to this tree, and you find yourself at the top of a spiral staircase, and the door shuts behind you. And although the stairway leads down into a dark cave, you can't really see the bottom yet. You can see little twinkling lights, little candle lights at the bottom of this stairway. And so you start walking down and round and down and round and down and round, deeper and deeper into the earth, through the roots of this tree. You're starting to see more clearly in the darkness now as your eyes adjust. And you come down to the bottom of the stairway now, into a cave that's lit by candles that are nestled in the walls of the cave. And in the twinkling light of the candles, you see a group of 5 beings sitting in a circle with a space for you. And these 5 beings are the earth, the air, the fire, the water, and the ether elementals. And you sit down with them for a moment and you explain to them your intentions today, that you've come to journey with them, that you've come on a journey today to meet with Earth, that you'd like to connect with the Earth element and learn how to be in better balance, to see where your Earth element may be out of balance. Perhaps the earth element has something else that it would like to share with you today about how you can be fully healthy and in balance. And so as you look around at the elementals, the earth element stands up for you and leads you by their hand on a journey within the cave. And they take you down a tunnel into the cave. And it gets a little bit darker and a little bit darker. And then you realize that you're walking into a giant crystal cave. And in this crystal cave, you see lights reflecting off the crystals. And And the walls of this cave are completely covered in crystals, and the light reflects off them and creates beautiful rainbow colours. You spend a little while just marvelling at the beauty of this space. And you sit down with the earth element. And you sit opposite each other and you hold hands. And I invite you now to communicate with the earth element and ask them how you can be in better balance, to show you where you may be out of balance. What behaviors, what patterns are you carrying in your way of living that are unbalancing your earth energy? Are you nurturing yourself well enough? Are you mothering yourself or neglecting yourself? Are you choosing to only eat the best quality foods? Or are you feeding yourself junk? How does the earth element move within your mind? Are you able to ground your ideas into being, into reality? Or do they stay floating in space, frustrating you that they're never manifesting? To have a strong earth energy can help us to manage our emotions, to be grounded, to be centered, to be calm. What can the earth element teach you today about the way you live your life? There may be some very practical advice here. Cacao ceremony and the teachings that come through cacao are often very practical. I'm going to leave you to tune in and ask any questions that you want to, or to experience this journey with the earth element in the way that's best for you. And you may ask for healing, you may ask for advice, whatever you need right now, whatever your intention. And I'll call you back to your body when the time comes. it will be time for us to return to our bodies in the middle realm. Before we go, I just want you to refocus and connect with the earth element. Perhaps you're still sitting together in the crystal cave. Perhaps you've gone on a journey. But before we leave this space, I want you to ask the earth element if there's anything that you can do to support the earth element on our planet Earth. Is there a practical, physical offering or a spiritual offering that you can make? As we are in a reciprocal relationship. And the best friendships are always ones where you give and take in equal measure. So let's offer ourselves in service to the earth element now and ask it if there's anything they would like from us. Now I'd like you to begin walking back with the earth element towards the cave where we began this journey at the bottom of that spiral staircase. So making your way back now towards that cave with the other elementals sitting in a circle. And the earth element sits back down with the other four elementals, and they all say goodbye till next time. And you start your ascent up the stairs, up and round and up and round, moving through the darker space of the earth, reaching higher and higher until you start to see the roots of the tree. You feel yourself coming up through the roots of the earth. And at the top of this staircase, you see the door. And you open that door and walk back into that magical, enchanted forest. You close the door and you lock it behind you with that golden key. And you put that golden key back safely in your pocket for next time. And the golden mist comes and scoops you up and carries you up high above the canopy of the forest. And you begin to journey home towards your body, and you feel your body calling you home. You can feel the connection to your physical body. Perhaps you can feel the cord of light that connects you, pulling you home like a kite being pulled back through the sky on a string. Flying across the landscape, flying across the rivers, the oceans, the mountains, the valleys, the urban environments and the fields. All the way back to the place where your body's resting. And you come back to the building or the space where your body is resting comfortably. You fly back into the room or the space. You see your body there. With a new appreciation for yourself and the elements that create your physical being, you pop yourself back in through your crown chakra. You feel yourself coming into land inside your physical body. And welcome home, everybody. Welcome back to your bodies. And now I just want you to spend a few moments reintegrating into your physical body. So perhaps you want to wriggle your fingers and toes. Take some deep breaths. Have a stretch. And just like we do when we wake up from a dream, it's helpful to try at this moment to remember as many details as possible. Now you may want to spend some time journaling. I am going to be hosting a Zoom call now. So those of you who would like to join me for the integration circle, then please do. That will be happening in a few minutes. And if you booked a ticket through the website, then you will have your link ready to go. So I'll be online waiting for you in the next few minutes for you to arrive. And we can spend a little bit of time just enjoying listening to each other's experiences. You're welcome to come, even if you don't actually want to share your own personal story. If you want to just come and listen in to other people's experiences, that's fine. You're very welcome. And for those of you who would like to share more privately, again, I'd love to hear from you. So get in touch. Let me know how this experience went. So I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you got something positive out of that experience. And I look forward to seeing you in ceremony again very soon. But before we all go, we need to close the directions and disconnect. So let's do that together now. I have a voice in my head reminding me to do something with you that I feel is quite important to do because we've just been down into the lower realm. So I think if we just quickly have another quick cleanse through the energy field, just to let go of anything heavy that came through when we were doing that work in the lower realm. So let's move to our heart space with our hands. Let's scoop the energy up from our heart, open up to the universe, inviting the universe to shower us with love and light. And let's bring that energy all the way over the bubble, grounding that energy into the earth, just shifting away anything that's sticky on the outside of that bubble. And then coming back, thanking Mother Earth for taking it off us, scooping that energy from the heart space up again over the top of the head, opening up to the universe. The universe showers us with love and light, and then we bring that energy all the way through the energy field, through the emotional layer, and we ground that energy, giving it to Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Earth. And now we come back again to the heart space, last layer, the physical. Let's scoop love and light from our heart space up over our heads, opening up to the universe. We're calling in the energy of the universe, the love and light, and we bring that energy through the physical realm, cleansing that last layer. Okay. All the way down to the earth. That feels better. Okay. All right, now we're ready to close the circle. So I'm going to take my rattle, and we're going to say goodbye with a rattle to all the directions. And again, I'm going to begin in the east and weave our way around till we've said goodbye to everybody. Beloved spirits of the east, we thank you. We thank the fire and the dawn, the rising sun. We thank Eagle for joining us and helping us to see how we can take our prayers up into the ether realm and to bring them back and manifest them in reality. Ho. Beloved spirits of the south, the water, the flow of life, the day and the warmth of the sun and the passion within us, we thank you for joining us in ceremony today. And we thank our spirit guide, the snake, who helps us to connect to the earth with our heartbeat and lets us shed our skin, reminds us how to shed our skin in the way that helps us to expand our consciousness and grow whole. Tuning into the beloved spirits of the West, we thank you. We thank the earth and the setting sun and the fertility of life. And we thank our spirit guide Jaguar, who comes and reminds us how to be peaceful warriors, to face our shadow and to come back into the light. Thank you. Beloved spirits of the north, we thank you. We thank the night and the bright moon shining, the air and clarity of thought. And we thank our ancestors. And we thank Hummingbird, who teaches us to only receive the best in life, to accept nothing less than the best, and to trust the path that we're on whole. And we tune into Mother Earth beneath our feet, and we thank the earth and all our earth relations, the plant people, the stone people, the animals, the viruses, the mushrooms, the bacteria, and all the beings that make up our world. We thank you. And we thank Father Sky. We thank you for the breath of life, the winds of change, the blue skies, and the grey, and protecting us and Mother Earth and all of her children from the void of space. We thank you. And we thank Grandmother Moon, Grandfather Sun, and the star nations, and all our cosmic relations. We thank you. And lastly, we thank Great Spirit, the connection to all that is. You have 1,000 names, yet are still the unnameable one. We thank you. Ho. And thanking anybody else that came through for you today, if any other spirit guides came through, or power animals, or entities of any kind came through for you today as guides, as witnesses of support, of healers, then just thanking them now, thanking the spirits from the garden, the fairies from my garden, for helping us to be light and playful. And thank you for joining me. So I hope to see you very soon in ceremony again, and perhaps in a few minutes' time in our integration circle. Thank you for joining me. Goodbye for now.